Hey guys, this is Skills here from NRP, and we're going to do a quick little tutorial on how to make a battle wall today. Battle wall is just a small wall you can use for your playing field. First thing we're going to look at is the list of materials you'll need. So as you can just take a little quick read over the materials there. We're going to tell you the materials we use and materials that you could use for when you're making this. The first thing we're going to start with is our hardboard. You could also use plastic cardboard, foam, whatever you like. Second of all, we're going to draw over the shape that you want. And then you're going to get a jigsaw out and cut out that shape, or a utility knife, it's your choice. And then we're going to make some small crater holes just like this in the board here. And when it's done, it should look something like that. Now we're going to want to sand it down so it looks nice. You can use fine sandpaper or rough sandpaper, doesn't really matter. Sand until the edges are round, just like this. Next we're going to take our Elmer's glue or PVA glue or whatever glue you want to use. We're going to glue it together. Just make it look rough at first, doesn't really matter because right after you're going to smooth it out so it looks just like this. Take a paper towel and smooth it out, just look fine. Next you can spray paint. We suggest painter's touch, but you can also use Tremclade or any black paint. Go outside, get a piece of cardboard, lay it down and then just spray paint it so that it looks something like this. And then once you're done, you're ready to work on it. So once you've done that, you're gonna take your black paint. You can use cheap black paint, KS black, any black paint really. It doesn't really matter. Put it in your painting palette. Don't put too much, but don't put too little. Just put about the amount that I put in there. Second, you're gonna take your modeling sand or industrial sand, any sand really. It doesn't really matter. And you're just going to put it with the black sand. The idea here is we're going to mix it so we get a textured paint because we want to texturize our wall first. You can do it many different ways, but we just like to make our own. When you're done, the sand and the paint should look something like this, kind of clumpy, but still enough that we can paint with it. So then you can just paint it on, just glob it on all over the place. It doesn't have to be in any particular pattern. Doesn't really matter. Just put it all over, spread it around, make sure it's not too clumpy in areas and whatnot, because nobody wants clumpy paint really. That just it would look silly if there's too much. And once you're done, it should look, just finish, go over the top, get some finishing touches, make sure you get, even in the cracks and crevices. When you're done, it'll look something like this, textured all over. Next we're going to paint the base. We suggest painting it green with any green paint really. It should look like that when you're done. Next we're going to put some debris on, so you can use plastic bits or bits of cardboard, foam, anything you want. We like to take modeling glue when we do this. So we just got our sprue here, we put a little bit of glue on and put them in random patterns so that it gives the illusion of like different little molds, like different piles of rubble or debris. Just put them randomly all over the board. We like to put them in small piles, like 2-3 piles over the board. You can put them any way you like. You can even put them on the wall if you'd like. There's no real pattern, you don't have to do any specific way. When you're done, it should look something like this. There's a couple of stills right there for you. Next you're going to want to apply glue to put sand around this. So just apply your glue, spread it around, and then sprinkle the glue over top of that. When you're done, it'll look something just like this. The idea was to get, and then next you're going to want to paint the sand all black so it matches your wall. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put flock on. So again, just like we did with the sand there, just put your glue all over, then get out your paintbrush and spread it around so you get every crack. You don't want to leave too many spots, but that's why I have the green base, just in case. So just get the whole board covered. Then just apply your flock, so get your flock out and just sprinkle it over. Anything that's left over you can just knock off, not a big deal. When you're done, it should look something like this now. Next we're going to paint it. You can dry brush, we like to paint it. So we get out our Codex Gray. You can use any gray paint, it doesn't really matter. We get out our Codex Gray and just apply it all over the wall. We try to put it on thick so that it gives a nice dark gray color. get it in all the cracks, try and get it over all the sand. Sometimes it doesn't stick nicely, but I mean, just fiddle around with it until it does. Next, we like to dry brush over top of that. We dry brush white, or actually, sorry, we're dry brushing gray over the ruins. So you don't paint the ruins, you just dry brush them. It'll still look the same, but when you paint them, it just doesn't look quite as nice. Now we're dry brushing over the gray white. Make sure that you get a lot of that white off when you're dry brushing, so it's a very light coat of white. You just kind of want to bring out the gray and spruce up a little bit. You don't want it too much. And same with the ruins, just dry brush the ruins. And just dry brush the whole thing, and when you're done, it'll look something like this. And then you can also add anything you'd like, any piles of rubble, debris, swords, static grass, blood marks, anything like that. It's totally up to your choice, but that's what ours looks like when it's done. And thank you for watching.